Today on Mustang Magazine, we dedicate an entire show to the white fluffy stuff. We investigate how Norwood is dealing with the record snowfalls. We also bring you to a place where all that snow is stored, and we go back to school where students are warming up to a cup of joe thanks to the new coffee policy. All these stories and more. Now here are your hosts for this month, Karina Santiago and Danny Sullivan.
Hello, and welcome to this month's February edition of Mustang Magazine. I'm your host, Danny Sullivan.
And I'm Karina Santiago. We're pretty snowed in here in Norwood, so we decided to dedicate this month's show to that fluffy white stuff. Boston
got a record of nearly 65 inches of snow in the month of February. The question everyone is asking is, how do we get rid of it all? Paul Galvin and Joe Mazzotta report.
Has experienced a very harsh winter, receiving over 102 inches of snow.
This is probably one of the worst. Actually second worst on record, so it's been pretty tough on us. We only have so much equipment that we can work with, but then we have contractors that come in and they do a lot of the work with us.
One of those contractors, Frank Civitone, is trying to help clear some of the mess.
This was in a way was worse because we never really recuperated from the first initial blizzard, but then we got another one, we got another one, we got another one, and before you know it, we had like 90 plus inches of snow in less than 3 weeks. That's incredible. Difficulties in plowing this field are, the snow varies from probably 3 feet to 4 or 5 feet near the fence.
They bring in front end loaders, backhoes, skid steers, so they help out a lot.
However, the excess snow has raised questions about where to put it all.
Well, there's a few snow dumps that we use. One's up here at the landfill, which is mostly our trucks, and there was one down the airport. They put a lot of it down there.
And one way to sum up this winter would be out of the ordinary.
This was all dumped on us in 1 month, so it was pretty tough.
Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Brian King.
Thanks, guys. Not only did the snow pile up on the ground, snow on the roofs and houses of buildings proved to be even more dangerous issue. On February 28th, the Canton ice hockey roof collapsed, almost causing serious injury. I went down there to cover the story.
On February 28th, approximately 7:05 in the morning, about a third of the roof of the Ponkapaug rink in Canton collapsed due to the excessive snow load that was on the roof.
With the collapse of the Ponkapaug rink, Norwood now has to find a new rink to play and practice at.
It affects the entire Norwood Youth Hockey Program. Norwood Youth Hockey Program rented approximately 585 hours of ice time. Of the 584 hours, 197 of those hours were at the Ponkapaug rink. It not only affects the Norwood Youth Program, it affects Norwood High School. The boys and girls varsity teams play their games over at, their home games are at the Ponkapaug rink.
Shot, save, rebound out front! Oh my goodness!
A movement to solve this issue has already begun in the town of Canton.
I know the Canton Youth Hockey Program and their high school program is, eagerly trying to get the ball rolling, to get it either repaired or rebuilt or a whole new rink.
With such a traumatizing event occurring with the team inside the rink at the time, you have to be thankful that everyone got out in good condition.
Thanks to the coaches that were there and the parents that were there. Everybody got out of that situation. Nobody was severely injured. No broken bones, no casualties. And it was, by and large, the quick thinking and reaction to the people that were in the building when the building started to come down.
Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Danny Sullivan.
Thanks, Danny. Hopefully they'll figure out where to play hockey next season.
With snow everywhere, teenagers were forced to drive in terrible road conditions. Junior Joe Lianos caught up with the Norwood Police Department for a ride-along to show us all the dangerous spots.
One of our main concerns at this point is pedestrian safety. Sidewalks aren't plowed, so pedestrians will be in the street. Obviously, you want to take it slow. I mean, as you can see, visibility in the parking lot is none. The snowbanks are so high. Student drop-off. Hopefully, you can inform your parents to pull in, pull all the way up. Don't just stop in front of the door. They need to continue all the way up so that gives more cars that can go through, so we don't delay the process. Inch out. Obviously, if you see the snowbanks to your left and right, You can see that you can't really see to make sure a car is coming, so go very slow.
In conditions like this, always expect the unexpected. Be prepared for someone coming out from in between cars, for a car all of a sudden backing out. Make sure you leave yourself enough time and space to react to it safely.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Thanks, Joe, and a special thanks to Officer Murphy and Mahoney. With all the cold temperatures and the snow, there's nothing better than a cup of joe. But as most people know, there's no coffee allowed in the school building. But all that changed recently when the coffee policy was modified to allow coffee in the mornings. Less than a month ago, a new coffee rule was put into effect at NHS.
We debated it. 2 or 3 days later, we voted, and it was 66% of the faculty said that they were in favor of it.
The other 44% of teachers had concerns regarding the new coffee restrictions.
That at 7:40 it was going to be tough to enforce. Then what do you do with that cup that's coming in the corridor? That it's 7:45, and all of a sudden you see that cup, and that cup should have been in the barrel.
To prevent spills and puddles, the custodians asked that we dispose of it properly.
If you got like half a coffee, just dump the coffee out the sink. Make sure run the water a little bit so it's not dirty, and then just put the cup in the trash.
When it comes to teenagers and coffee, the custodians understand the dilemmas that can occur.
There's going to be messes sooner or later. It happens, just like, it's going to happen.
By following the rules, NHS students have been rewarded.
We trust students, and if the building is running very, very well, you give rewards when your students are good.
Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Karina Santiago.
Thanks, Karina. Hopefully students will be responsible with a coffee in the morning so the privilege won't be taken away.
By the end of the month, the snow had piled so high that there wasn't any room for it. So we sent our staff reporter, Tori Giffen, to find out how snow farms are handling all the footage.
This is all snow out in the middle of the street. There's nowhere to put it.
This past winter brought record-breaking amounts of snow to the Boston area.
It's made it tough to keep our regular business going. Manpower, extra hours. Some of these storms we plowed for 30 hours straight.
Local business owner John DeSangro found that the snow affects not only parking, but the business itself.
It halts it. All our guys have to stop working and we plow. And if you're plowing for a day and a half straight, you can't go back to work the next day. They need a day to rest. So you lose the day's plowing and then usually another day to recuperate.
But this winter has left no time for recovery.
Usually all we do is plow. We keep the snow in piles all around the building and it melts by the time the next storm. But this year, as you can see, there are piles everywhere, so we have to move them.
The excess snow has created a need for equipment.
And there's a shortage of dump trucks. We actually, on one of the days, we hired roll-off containers that are usually trash containers, and use those to haul 30 yards at a time and deliver that.
As important as snow removal is, it also holds many potential dangers.
You got to be careful that coming around corners with the high snowbanks, make sure nobody's coming, nobody's walking. The ride home is tough. You're tired, so you got to be careful.
Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Tori Giffen.
All the snowfall has left all teenagers indoors. With not much to do, students find themselves trying to stay busy.
What about reading a book? Here's Anthony Zona with a commentary of why students should read more.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Zona Zone. I am, of course, Anthony Zona. Reading is a uniquely human thing, but as humans we often look past or don't have time for this literary expression of the soul. This is not more evident than with the adolescent teenager generation who, as humans, have seemed to have lost their way on the bookish yellow brick road to the Emerald City of Enlightenment. Not to say that every time you pick up Captain Underpants, one will have an Archimedean revelation, but it is to say us teenagers have dropped the ball of humanity on books and picked up the cell phones of asininity. But it's not all our fault. The fact is that life is just different today. We don't leave our house at sunrise and return at sunset like the spirited stories that our parents tell of their childhood, now do we? Heck, in the 60s and 70s, they still thought smoking was okay, so how much of what our parents say should we really take seriously? But that's not important. What is important is that reading among teenagers has declined substantially in the past decades, with only half of present-day teenagers saying they read by choice only once or twice a year. That's right, a year. But after a 6.5-hour day of school and countless hours of homework, nobody's really ready to get onto the treadmill of intellectual calisthenics. Nowadays, we teenagers have averaged 19 hours of homework a week compared to the 5 hours only 2 decades ago. So obviously things have changed, but what do we do to fix ourselves? Nay, improve ourselves. We find what interests us, what makes our gaze widen, our hearts open up to different people and characters. The thing we hate most of all is being told what to do. We're all in this rebellious stage in life, and to be told what to read just doesn't work for us, especially if it doesn't interest us. So that is why it is so important to find what interests us. We must do our best to make time to expand our minds. But also adults should help us in this quest, giving us more time to do so. But until that day when hell freezes over or pigs fly and then crash into a kosher deli, I think with what we have been afforded, we can do a lot better for ourselves and future generations. But just simmer with this fact. 1 in 4 Americans grow up without being able to read. So be appreciative of what your life has afforded you and use it to read. Use it to be human, and I guarantee you, you will be a more rounded, understanding individual. In the meanwhile, just find a comfy seat, pick up your favorite book. This Judas character's a hoot! And just start reading. But until we meet again, thanks for joining me in the Zone, where opinion is a dish best served after having read. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Anthony. The show's almost done, but before we leave, we thought we would treat you to a little music video.
Apparently, Brian McDonough has a lot of snow in his driveway. Sophomores Katie Silk, Juliana Shalmo, and Brooke Oshel bring us the music video parody.
The snow glows white on the driveway tonight, and it's piled up high as I can see. There's a mountain of ice blocking me, and it looks like it's just my shovel and me. My back is aching and my boogers are frozen, and I can't breathe, heaven knows I tried. Bend at the knees, can't feel my feet, gotta get all the snow off of my feet. I shovel high, I shovel low, I'm the best shoveler that I know. Shovel snow, I can't take this anymore. Shovel snow, it's the only thing that I know. I don't care what my dad will say, let him ground me for a year. I'm not shoveling anymore today. It's funny just how this blanket of snow makes my neighborhood seem small, and the fear of a broken shovel can't get to me at all. The snow plows drive by hourly, the snow falls down so heavily. No help from plows will work for me, help me. Where the hell am I supposed to put all this damn snow? Shovel snow, I can't take this anymore. Shovel snow, it's the only thing that I know. Here I cry, and here I'll pout, hope the snow ends soon. icicles, I can feel it show. My back is slowly breaking from these monstrous piles of snow. And one thought of hot chocolate makes me wanna quit. I'm never doing this, I wanna throw a fit. Oh my God! Shovel snow, I can't take this anymore. Shovel snow, it's the only thing that I know. Here I stand with the clouds coming. Let the snow rage on. The driveway never bothered me anyway.
Well, that's all we have for the snow show. For more videos like that, visit us at mustang.media or hit us up on Facebook or Instagram. I'm Danny Sullivan.
And I'm Karina Santiago. Have a great day, Mustangs.